On a deviation evaluation, I'm not using a factory Porsche computer, just the geometrics for a quick guide. As you can see, the bank 1 and 2, that's the camshaft deviation. If the cam is slightly spun, it'll have a lot of discrepancy. If you can see, the blue and red, they're not 100% on top of each other. So there is some deviations. I have seen it worse, but this has not set a check engine light yet. But some to look out for. I did have some that were actually much worse. A lot of times, if the camshaft keeps on moving at high load, higher RPM, and I believe a lot of this has to do with oil service intervals and actually overspeed, over revs, that causes these camshafts to spin over. As you can see, though, they're not the best at idle, which is pretty typical because it's trying to adjust at the higher RPM level, and at idle they're just kind of hunting. So this is not that bad. But as you can see, the spikes with the blue, it's spiking up much higher. This is how we test them. This customer actually is doing a post-purchase inspection after already buying the vehicle, so we actually noted some mechanical over-revs as well. If we go to vehicle identification, there was a range 4 overspeed, misshift, 1600 hours ago. Total hours now is 1635. And range 4, I'm always worried if it's this close. I mean, we're talking only 31-hour difference. Typically 80 hours is a safe zone. It could have been also highly modified and tuned, maybe stage 2, and that can happen a lot when you bump up the rev limiter. We typically see it between 3 and 4 when somebody bumps up the rev limiter to like 70, 250, 7300, because sometimes it can actually go slight past that. So we've seen range 4 because of that. So it's very possible that happened. I'd have to use my Porsche computer to determine if how many times the DMEs has been actually flashed. But this is what we look out for as far as the mechanical over rev. Very critical, very important. We also look at the camshaft deviation. Camshaft 1 is under 1% negative, and then we got 2.5 on camshaft 2. That's not really that great. We like to see them really close to each other. Yeah, so that's not the best. Yeah, and I like to see these much closer actually. So we'll go for a ride, see how it does at load. It'll actually sometimes be much worse at load than at idle. Well, driving, it's actually not too crazy, so yeah, we're not going to worry about this one. It does have a little bit of slippage, but it's okay. Anyways, hopefully this video helped. I probably do about 3 or 4 turbos a week, so I see this quite often, as being a 70%, 65% Porsche shop. So yeah, we definitely not an uncommon situation. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.